Hey, what up, though? How's it going, everybody? Welcome. This is Stocks for Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Welcome to the channel, right? We reached 4,000 subs, which is dope. Thank y'all all so much for contributing and being, just being here to support and elevate the channel and support the community. Shout out to those names that are in green. Those are the members within the community. Man, we are eating, and I love to see it. We're not just eating, we're growing, and that's all we can ask for, right? So shout out to everybody here, whether you're green or your name's in gray, doesn't matter, you're subscribed and you're here right now, and we're all on this journey looking to elevate and be better. So shout out to y'all. Pretty excited to be here. All right, so we're gonna let some people roll in because we're gonna talk about last week and we're gonna talk about this week and we're gonna get into it. All right. Hey, shout out to Vic. Vic, thank you so much. Vic, man, you're a recent member, man, and I appreciate that super chat. It says, I appreciate you, Rell. Thank you for your time and helping us become better traders. Man, thanks for being here, because by you being here, you're supporting and elevating me too. So it goes two ways. I just want everybody to know, if you're here and you're subscribed and or a member, right, you're helping me on my journey just as much as I'm helping you. Like, so I'm a firm believer, and if you pour into people, you'll get that same amount in return, right? I've been at this for like 5 years. I'm still not a millionaire. It is what it is, but I'm on my way, right? But at the end of the day, for 4.5 years, all I did was try my best to improve as a trader, improve as a person, right? And then also pour into others. And I've helped tens of thousands of people without this platform. I've been in KGU, King and Grace's University, for almost 5 years, if not longer. I've been on Twitter, I've been on Instagram, I've been on Facebook, I've been talking to family, friends, everybody, as it relates to any type of growth stocks, any type of trading technical analysis. My DMs have never been closed. And I just been doing it because I think it's just the right thing to do. So as we absorb and as we learn and grow, then we can't just keep that to ourselves. At least that's just not who I am, right? So when I learn something and someone asks a question, if I know the answer, I'm going to help you out, right? And that's kind of like how we got here today. You know what I mean? Like, it's the community. If it wasn't for you guys, I never would have had this channel. Never would have thought of starting a YouTube. But when I did, it started off just to record my journey. It's almost like a virtual journal, as you will, and then it just turned into more, right? And I just start to pour in more, and it is what it is. So I appreciate everybody here. Thanks everybody for trusting the process. All the training and live trainings that we're doing. Those that are not members, just know we are working on getting some shorts out there, because I have a lot of evergreen content as it relates to training. I've done a lot of training, and I'm gonna get it out there in bits and pieces, at least to give some nuggets to those that aren't members and getting this live and in person, you know, live, whatever. Shout out to Roll Life. He's an OG. He says, man, that train was fire. Wouldn't let me tip yesterday. I appreciate you, big dog. If y'all don't know, my boy Roll Life, aka Spark 40 in the Discord, he is a Leviathan in our group, right? I've tagged a king and a queen as a Leviathan. That tier does not yet exist, but at the end of the day, I've elevated him and one other person. I had to do a king and a queen, right? Because him and Queen, was it Queen Fee? I think it's Queen Fee. Sorry if I got it wrong. They've been like in the community like day in and day out, providing new plays, helping others, and I've seen their growth, and it's been amazing. So shout out to y'all for being in, trusting the process, and pouring into others, right? Because that's what it's all about. So that all being said, we hit 4,000 subscribers. Never was a goal. Well, we started with 7. It was just yesterday. So I have to give major shout out to everybody, like I said, the subs and, that are here, the members, all that stuff. KGU, I appreciate all y'all as well. And then also to hit this milestone, I do have my editor. His name's Buddy. I don't know if he's here today, but Buddy, bringing him on has helped me provide better quality content to you, because I'm not stuck like editing and it takes a lot of work. It takes so much work to record and chop up and then edit and then, you know, make thumbnails. And so I still do some of that stuff, but I mean, shout out to Buddy Terry. If you guys don't know, sacrificeforriches.com, he's there, he's listed. So if you guys want to like know who he is or whatever, he's there, right? He's a goat, and I love working with him. So, but he's behind the scenes and he's working up, chopping up some content as it relates to educational things, not just trades. That way we can pour more into those that maybe can't just become members right now, but maybe they need a little breadcrumb here and there just to elevate their game. And then who knows, maybe they'll come over, maybe they won't. But as long as we're helping in some fashion for those that aren't like here with us on a daily basis. Queen Fee's in the building with the donation, $10. Man, shout out to y'all. The kings and queens in the building. I appreciate you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, buddy. All right, so let me see. So what are we gonna do today? All right, so for those that are new here, this is the rapid fire chart analysis. And what we do here, we go into the charts and I look to the comments and we break down all the tickers that you guys provide. But before we get into that today, we have to break down how we hit 187% on NVIDIA, right? We actually hit on AMD. I don't think I have a screenshot for that, but hold up. But I do know I have NVIDIA on deck, right? We have NVIDIA on deck, okay? So we hit on NVIDIA, right? We hit on AMD. AMD, I want to say, was another 100% run. So shout out to y'all for running those plays, okay? We don't get these every day, but we get them more often than we don't, okay? So again, these donations that you're seeing right now, likely because they ate off of these plays right here, but we've been cooking for a little bit now, okay? So shout out to y'all. Thank you so much, okay? Thank you, JC. Tira, what's up, y'all? Hey, what up, KGU? Okay, so because this is the 4K, because we hit the 4K, I know it's late. Thank y'all for being here. We got to do Weatherman Rell. All right, but hopefully Weatherman Rell. Hopefully it's not a silent movie. But put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to get going. And also, if you have not hit the like button, please hit the like button. If I'm not a millionaire, but I think, in my opinion, I have $1 million worth of game. And the only thing that's stopping me from being a millionaire is me. It's a discipline thing, right? But if somebody told me that they're gonna get $1 million worth of game and the only thing they had to do was hit a button, I guarantee you I'm hitting that button every time. So do me a favor and hit the like button and share this video right now with somebody. Maybe your feed. I don't know. Let's see if we can crush 5K this month. I don't know. It'll be dope, but it'll happen as it happens. All right. So what we got here? Hey, Arthur, I see you. JC, making me miss. Oh, is it Thursday night football? Oh man, who playing tonight? JC, who playing? Man, hey, I had parent teachers conference and some other things. Okay, so trust me, I'm typically playing football or watching football. So let's tighten this up. All right, I got you. Hold on, is it only 11 likes? If so, let's change that up so Weatherman Rell can get going and we can get going with this live stream. Okay, we want to waste no time, but I'm not moving until we get the likes up. I don't care if it's petty. It doesn't take much for you to press a button. It takes a lot for me to get up out this chair and walk you through my process though. Oh, Eagles and Giants. All right, all it's gonna be is like a 2 hours of tush push and I'm good. I'm straight, big dog. I'm straight. I see. Okay, perfect. All right, so all right. Hey, shout out to all the family that's here as well. All right, so without further ado, Can we get it? It's time. It's Weatherman Rell. All right, we about to get into it. Let me make sure my mic works.
All right, mic check. Oh. Hold on, I can hear myself. I need to fix this. All right, mic check. 1 2 1 3. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear your boy. It's real silent right now because this is noise canceling. All right, 1 2 1 3. All right, we ready? We ready. All right, let's get it. All right, let's see. I think I'm good. Yeah, we straight. We hear you. All right, good stuff. All right, we ready. All right, so we hit on NVIDIA on 187% run. Okay, this was an overnight whole swing trade. Okay, now understand this. This was a live trading session. So if you guys are a member of my Discord and or a doctorate member in KGU, right, then you guys got to see me trade this live and walk you through my whole process. Okay, now I'm not gonna lie, this was a little scary. Okay, why? Because once we elevated to this level, it was like a previously known demand zone for me. We've been choppy every time. So every time we got to this level, we kind of just wicked all the way back down. So this time we actually rose to the occasion, as you can see right here. Hold on, let me make sure my camera good. See, y'all not, it's not gonna be as good. There we go. That big green, yeah, there we go. We had a big rally and then we kind of just chopped and stayed there, right? So what does that mean? We actually got into like a neutral position, and as you can see, we have this triangle, right? We have this triangle, and this triangle, what had formed after a run up, right, is a pennant, right? A pennant is it looks like a symmetrical triangle, but essentially it's a triangle that's pointing upward. Okay, it's not pointing straight that way. A straight point arrow, right, would be a symmetrical triangle, right? This is a pennant because it's pointing up. That was by the end of the trading session, by the end of the trading session, that had formed. We've seen it forming, right? But it kind of solidified towards the end of the trading session, which again had me hold my position. But before that, we've seen all of this down here. Now, if you guys weren't a part of the master class, we talked about the QVP. Okay, if you don't know what the QVP is, then hey, Google it or become a Megalodon or become a doctorate tier member in KGU, and then you'll have access to see this master class as I walk you through what's going on with this action between buyers and sellers. Okay, so when you see this down here, buyers are dominating this right now. Okay, they are dominating this, and then pretty much they are absorbing any type of selling pressure that had occurred, and pretty much is keeping this the NVIDIA play afloat. So again, what I just walked you through so far was a couple levels of confirmation, right? We knew that they were going to break us down and try to do some stop loss hunting. This was scaring a lot of people out of positions, including myself. All right, I almost got, man, it could have closed down, but we were waiting for those wicks and we were paying attention to the 5 and the 15-minute time frame. If you were looking at the 1 minute or a second time frame, then you were getting smoked, right? It just like you were getting shooken out of your position, and I totally understand, because man, sometimes when we're getting to these swing trade type plays, we want them to take off right then and there, and they don't always happen that way. Okay, so patience, and then zooming out, understanding that the type of play that you're getting into is a swing trade and not a day trade, right? Can help you like with holding on for a little bit longer. Okay, now my mistake, okay, in this trade is that I was getting in near the top. Okay, I was getting in near the top. My first entry was up here, I want to say, and then I dollar cost average in like 1 or 2, like 2 or 3 shares down here. Y'all seen the screenshots. Okay, so either which way, I dollar cost average into the position, and I made sure that I communicated what was going on with the trade throughout the day with the trading community. Okay, it didn't take me any time out of my work day to look at my phone and say, up, we're still good, right? We're just saying up, we're sideways, right? Anybody with a volume profile, anybody that could see the previous day volume area low, you would know that this is the volume area low for yesterday. Okay, so there's a lot of confirmations that happened that told me to just hold strong. Okay, so towards the end of the trading day, right? Towards the end of the trading day, we see volume pick up and we break this pennant. Not only did we break this pennant up here, right? This is a QVP, right? And you got to know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Hold on, let me make sure. I think I messed up my camera. Hold up. Yeah. Hold on. Mic check. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I want to make sure. I don't want this to be a silent movie. I need a 1 in the chat. Hello? Can I get a 1? Mic check 1 2 1 3. I'm waiting for the comments. Oh man, hopefully I didn't lose you. Okay, thank you. All right, that's good. All right, so this was a breakout, right? Which further told us that we could get out. I mean, we can stay in. Now, you were probably up in profit right here, okay? You were probably up in profit. So, I want to say, yes, I think I was in profit by the end of the day. I forgot what the total was, but I was in profit. I could have trimmed my position. I could have got out, but this happened really quick towards the end of the day, okay? But this right here, the limited amount of sellers, right, versus the aggressive amount of buyers told me that buyers were in control. The buyers never stopped being in control. So I knew that, right? And then this tells you that story right here, okay? So from there, we took off, right? Soon as market closed, we actually continued up, and then we popped and kept going. Hold up, and kept going. We actually reached 195, I want to say, in the overnight hours, and then we kind of came back down. So it is what it is. So you probably got in at the you probably got out near the take profit target here, about 193. So shout out to everybody who followed the play, who trusted the process, and who made some money. It's hard to do. Nothing's guaranteed in this market. However, at the same time, we win more than we lose. We hit more of these bangers than we lose. So let's get it. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. That's Weatherman Rell. That's Weatherman Rell. All right. Okay. Let me get everything back situated. All right, let's do that. And let's do that.
All right, we back. Hold up. Mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 3. Can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat. What up? No drip. What's up, Shelly? I was out at open. Could have held longer, but a win is a win. Hey, for real, we love it. Hey, GQ. I couldn't miss those ones, big dog. Not even from back there. All right, thank y'all so much. Okay, so that is it. Hopefully you made some money, right? Again, it's no guarantee, but it is what it is. So without further ado, before we get into it, is there any questions? I'm gonna leave 30 seconds for questions, and we're gonna get into what we're getting into, and we're gonna be on our merry way, see if we can catch the second half of this Thursday night football and just have a good night, okay? Hey, thanks, big dog. Arlen, I see you. Arlene, I'm sorry, my bad, queen. All right, so I see 51 plus people. Hopefully we got 51 plus likes. Let's get a 1-to-1 ratio in here, and again, share this out. Okay, so here's what's about to happen. This is Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. We are here for the rapid fire chart analysis, okay? What's up, Angela? I see you, Queen. At the end of the day, what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip the screen to a chart, okay? When I say go, right, I'm gonna be looking in the chat for tickers, okay? I have my timer. I start my timer. If your name is in green, you get priority. So that means if a whole bunch of people's names that are engraved, type in a ticker and I see a green come up, a green means you're a member, okay? If you want to be a member, consider hitting the button or the link at the top of the comments. If you are a KGU and you're here and you're not a doctorate, DM me, right? And I will get you the referral link so you can upgrade to be a doctorate so you can be in on the live trade and training sessions, okay? It's an immense amount of value in a community, but the key word is community, okay? So when I get over there to the charts and I say go, priority is names in green. And then if you put hashtag KGU, that means that you are a KGU member. You also get priority call outs as well, okay? So what I want you to do is go ahead and when I say go, put the ticker in there and then let me know if you have a bias. If you have a bullish bias or a bearish bias, if you're currently in an option, if you're looking for a long-term investment, whatever it is, put like something very brief in there so I know how to narrate what I'm talking about. So it's communicating with you and what you're trying to get out of the analysis, okay? So again, this is not financial advice or a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. This is just real stocks, real tickers, and live data breakdown, okay? As far as my analysis on that chart. If I see something I like, I might tag it. And if I tag it, I might go in and add some levels behind the scenes, but I provide those alerts to my Megalodon members that's within the community. 2 of my trades one trade, right, would probably go to KGU. Depends on, I only get so many alerts or tags I get for KGU, okay? So if I get an alert tomorrow and there's a play to be given, then it'll be tagged in KGU, just so y'all know, okay? But my Megalodons, just so y'all know, they get sometimes 5, sometimes 0, sometimes 10 alerts in a day. You never know. I don't control the market. Things just happen. But I set my alerts in the market. Guess what it does? It calls me and it says, hey, Rell, NVIDIA just hit a demand zone known by you and it's forming a pennant. You might want to hop into a trade. I'm thinking a call option. I'll be like, all right, press a button, boop, boop, and I'll continue with my work day, continue with my dad duties, and the play plays the way it's supposed to play, and I make my money, and I keep it moving. All right. So let me read some comments. I think everybody understands the assignment, and we're gonna get to it, okay? Because it's late. Okay. So man, I missed it. Hold up. Okay. I'm reading through the comments real quick. Rue says, "What's confirmation for you when you post calls and puts?" So confirmations for my entries and exits is pretty much two things. So you'll often see the entry and the stop be the same level or the same price. Okay. The reason for that is because I'm looking for confirmation above or below. All right. And confirmation is essentially a larger body candle closing above or below that price point on a higher time frame. Okay. And then also you're looking for momentum. So there's multiple ways to get confirmation. Okay. Sometimes you might see some liquidity sweeps and a lot of chop, but just like NVIDIA did a lot of chop, but I had several other confirmations saying that we were likely to go up then go down. So sometimes the confirmation isn't clear cut one bar above. Sometimes a pattern is forming and I'm predicting the breakout. But to be safe, a safe confirmation is a strong, solid candle closing above or below that level, and the confirmation of the price action above it. Okay, so look for morning stars or evening stars. Look for shooting stars or hammers. Look for bearish engulfings or bullish engulfings. Look for those type of price actions, supply, demand, all those things. You're looking for confluence. You're looking for a synchronization of confirmations. The more confirmations you have, the stronger the chance is that the play is going to go in your direction. Nothing's guaranteed in the market, but I'll look at everything, but that's more of a solid way of doing it. Okay. So hold on, let me read some more comments. Love the setup. Okay, we got that. I'm a QVP available on Webull. I don't think QVP is available on Webull, but if it is, it is. I don't use it on Webull. I have TradingView, but it is free, I believe, on TradingView. Let's see. Okay, how should we go about using the Discord? Where should we first start? Okay, hang out after this, Ace. There will be a meeting after the meeting. Okay, so there will be a live stream for the Discord members to follow this, and you don't need to leave. It'll just kick right over to it at the end of the stream. Okay, so just I'll answer the Discord stuff later. Omar, man, I missed it. You didn't miss anything. We still didn't do the rapid fire yet. Okay. Let's see. What's up, Big Dog? What's up, Texas? I see you, Big Dog. I see you, KGU. Ace, we hang out between live sections mainly. Yes, roll live. Get them right, Big Dog. I appreciate you. Bobby Wright, like, subscribe. QVP is on TradingView. Yes. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the chats. I love the activity though. Is ticker FITB any good for options? I don't know. USAR is looking pretty good in opinion on long-term hold. What's your take? Okay. Wait. Okay. Any tickers that you're sending right now, just so y'all know, I'm not gonna go back to them. Okay. So y'all gotta wait till we go to the chart screen and I say go. At that point, your ticker becomes relevant. Okay. I'm not scrolling back to find tickers. KGU finished my DPST play at 108. It pulled back to 99.98 range. Swinging shares. Love to see it. Let's get it. Hashtag KGU. What's happening? I see you, Ryan. See you, Jimmy. Here. Congratulations. Hey, shout out to Queen Trudy. She's a fellow queen and crown in KGU. Love to see it. Hey, you got it. Queen Trudy got a golden horseshoe. She wins a lot of stuff. I just know this. I've been keeping tabs on Trudy. Trudy got more wins in the market and in giveaways than anybody that I know. All right. So we're about to kick over. Trudy, you know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. All right. Let me do this. Hold up. Let me know if you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. All right. One in the chat if you can hear me okay. I always got to check as we move. Okay, put a one in the chat. And then we're going to get into the rapid fire chart analysis. All right. You know I ain't lying. You didn't want a journal. You didn't want some money. You didn't want... Hey. Yeah, I'm in your pockets, Queen. I see you. Let me hold something. All right, we got the ones on the chat, so we're ready to go. Okay, this is the rapid fire chart analysis starting right now. When I say go, let's get those tickers. Let's get it. All right. Yeah, we rolling. Let's go. Give me some tickers. Let's get it. Oh, and by the way, NVIDIA is still on the run, just so y'all know. I might come back to this and talk about it later. Okay. What we got? DAL, Delta Airline, looking for options opportunity in need supply demand zones. This is Denise. So Denise is looking for, oh my God, y'all coming in hot. DAL. All right. Delta Airlines. All right. Denise is looking for supply and demand. I do have the QVP up, but I'm going to take this off because this is only important. Well, it's just not important right now. Okay. So when you're looking at this, I'm just going to zoom out. I'm going to find some key levels of support and resistance, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to see if we can, why is this doing, okay. We're gonna see if we can find our supply and demand zones. Okay, so, and guys, just so you know, I start off kind of slow and then I speed up, so just bear with me. Okay, this isn't important, so let's see if I can find anything back here. Dude, something's going on with my, where it's like keeping a tool selected permanently, and I don't like it. Okay, so I mean, at first glance, I do see this opening, like this gap here, and typically gap, why is he doing this? All right, this might make for a long day. Okay, typically gaps is something I pay attention to. I'm not really liking any type of supply demand in these areas that are strong. Of course, they're here. So what I can tell you, let's go here. Hold on one second. Gray. If it's gray, then that means that's a gap, okay? Now, but down here, I do see a previous level of supply on the daily. So when I can do this, I can go ahead and hit a swing straight. Okay. So this would be your, come on, dude. This would be your supply zone. That looks like it became a new level of demand. So if you're looking to go long on this, then I would hope for this to come down and retest the supply zone, which would be about $52. Okay, so that's about a $5 move towards the downside. Towards the upside, I don't really see a great option for supply, but let me zoom in and see if something sticks out for me. Okay, well, something that sticks out right away is this right here. So this would be my range, and I will give you these levels. Okay, oh my god, this is, hold up, something's going on with my system and it's slowing me up. Yeah, it's slowing me up, y'all. If anybody knows how to get, hold on, I'm not even gonna ask. 6102 is the max, okay? And then your ceiling, and then this level here at 5213 would be your floor, essentially, okay? We'll dive into this a little bit more, but if you're trying to trade it with where it is, I would be looking for, hold up, where, hold up, hold on, one second, y'all. Something's wrong with my stuff. I think I figured out what's wrong. Okay, I was in replay mode on a different ticker. This makes sense. So hopefully this fixes my problem. All right, I killed a lot of time and I apologize. And no, it's still doing the same thing. All right, something's wrong, y'all. God, okay. Yeah, something's wrong with my stuff. We're gonna work through it though. Okay, so essentially 56.54. Looking at this level, this would be like my crossroad. So anything above this is gonna be bullish. Anything below this is bearish. And essentially, you're looking at a descending triangle right now, Queen. So you are pretty neutral as of right now. So I can't see this kind of trading in this little sideways action for a little bit. Okay. This is not looking good though for my efficiency of how I want to move. Okay. First one, real slow. My apologies. But this is how I see it kind of moving. Okay. So hopefully that helps. I gotta move on. I apologize. Let's get fast. Okay, we got bull. All right, so we worked through bull before. All right, a couple times. We fell down to our 4-hour demand zone, which is great. So if you're looking at bull, then you probably, God, dang it. I gotta figure this out, y'all. It's like stuck on a, okay. If you're looking at bull, if we had our alerts set, we love to see something like this, where we get a hammer as we break a 4-hour demand zone, and we get a hammer back into demand zone. So it's a false breakdown. So this would have been an indication to hop into calls right away. I'm actually pretty bullish as of right now on bull for as long as we can stay above this demand zone of $12.47. Okay, now this is a previous level of demand in a previous buy side imbalance, but God, yeah, this is gonna mess me up. I gotta figure this out. There has to be a way to stop. Okay, I think I did it. There's this lock feature. Yep. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, but anyway, so you have a supply zone here and you have a demand zone here. So I could see this running back up to retest this level at 1391. So it looks like it's going to be forming a higher low and a higher high. So bullish on bull as of right now. We're no longer bullish if it's invalidated, which means that it confirms below $11.97. Okay, moving on. What we got? QUBT. This is from K. K is sunshine. Love that name. All right, this is quantum computing. There's actually a lot of hype around quantum stocks. We actually have a cup and handle right here. So we actually could be looking at a real strong bullish move towards the upside. Okay, so quantum computing, I actually was considering investing into this stock, but I have not yet done the research. So that's why I'm still sitting on my hands on this one. Okay. Well, either which way, as I look at it right now, we do see higher high or higher lows right here, right? And essentially, it's pretty much like a parallel channel, right? Pretty easy to identify, right? So what we need to do at this point is break above this level of $21.85. And if we can do that and confirm, then likely we're going to be headed up to this next ascending line of resistance, which is about $27.15 on this one. Okay. Now there's more to this play than you see. And I think what I want to do is bring this to the Discord, because there is a leg from here that there is a play here towards the upside that could have us capping at $29.71. Okay, so I'm going to put an alert here just as a reminder, right? And then that way the market can call me and say, hey, Rell, it's time to look at quantum. All right, so I'll put the placeholder there and we're going to keep it moving. Hopefully that helps you. LYFT. This is by JC, who is in KGU LYFT. LYFT Inc. All right, we already know about the robot taxis, and with Google and Tesla kind of coming into the mix with their autonomous driving cars. All right, so what is going on with my system? Let's go with LYFT. So LYFT, this was a gap down, right? So this is like a this is a surge sell-off, right? So hold on, what am I looking at? So we fell down, and now we just broke this down. I'm sorry. We have a pennant. We called this out. We said this is the pennant and that we were likely going to break out. So we did break out of this pennant, which is a bullish pattern, right? And we broke back into supply. So we were waiting to see if we can crack this level of $19. And if we could do that on bullish momentum, then likely we're going to head to the top of this. And then our next resistance was going to be this gap of 2281. So, well, guess what happened? Right? Well, we hit that gap, we had a hammer, and we were rejected. And now we have fallen back into selling pressure and we're selling back down. So what we need to see with LYFT right now is for us to hit this base of supply, okay? So, which is also a level of demand. Okay? So bear with me. Understand what I'm saying here. So this is a supply zone that's massive, right? A demand zone was formed as we entered supply on some bullish momentum. Okay, now we're back into sellers territory, and now sellers are pushing this down, and then we just need to know that this is where buyers are potentially sitting, waiting to stop the sale from happening. So this is where you're gonna see some absorption of sellers potentially. Now, if we were to break below this level and then we do one of those, then hey, look alive, because we're probably headed back down to retest this descending line of previous resistance of this pennant before we decide what we're gonna do next. So be mindful of this level, and I'm gonna go ahead and tag it. Okay, I'm gonna set an alert on that and then keep it moving. What's next? Okay, we're rolling now because everything's working. All right. Let's see, how far behind am I? Swinging calls, Queen. Okay, hold on. Roll Life also said lift, so we had lift from JC, Shelly, and Roll Life. Lift swing stocks pick up 30. So hopefully that helped you. Everything I just spoke to on lift. Okay. TTD by Queen Fee. The trade desk. Okay. The trade desk. So we've talked about this, right? Which is amazing. Okay, we love to see it. So we actually set several alerts down here, but I guess did it not go off? Let me see if yeah, it's only one. So we were waiting for TTD to come back to retest this buy side imbalance or this demand zone. Okay, we really would love for it to fall down here for us to go ahead and ride the wave up, but it doesn't look like it's gonna do that. Instead, we got a V-shaped recovery, right? Let's see, we got a V-shaped recovery, and now we're coming back to retest a level for me of $57. Now, essentially what I'm telling you from where we are right now, if we can crack $57 and find support above it, then likely our next leg up is to $65.13. Okay, so that doesn't mean that we're bullish on TTD. Just as of right now, we are seeing some momentum towards the upside, but pay attention to your volume. The volume is actually showing me that volume is decreasing as price is increasing. Now, if I go ahead and check my MFI, we were oversold and now we're coming down. So I'm getting some mixed signals right here as we approach this level. So this is telling me that we're likely to run into more resistance before we actually break free. So underneath $65.13, we're technically bearish overall, but that doesn't mean that we can't ride the wave up to $65.13 and just, get the bag. Now, if we break $65.13, then that's a nice level for us to get into some long leap swings, okay, for calls. Okay, so moving on, what else we got? Arlene, we already did lift. I see, man, lift is on everybody's mind. Somebody got to tell me there's something going on with lift. Is there like earnings or something coming up? Talk to me. All right, so Vice or Vic, my bad, what's up, Vic? RKLB, long been in since August. Do you think it will get to 80 by end of year? RKLB, that is Rocket Lab Corporation. Whew. All right, so you're in it and you're probably way up, right? And now you want to know, when does the buck stop? All right, so this is where prediction Weatherman Rell comes out, and let's see if I can help you out, big dog. I'm typically right about certain things, so let's see if I can be right about this one. All right, so as you know, we're in an uptrend, right? So one thing that we need to pay attention to is, well, this level is already cracked. So we have this halfway point, this kind of interaction that happens halfway between the ascending line of resistance and the ascending line of support that, kind of consolidates and becomes a lot of noise. So it looks like we broke up and it looks like we're breaking free. We still have bullish momentum right now, but we're seeing some wicking happening here. Okay. Okay. I need to see, I gotta help you out here. Let me see what I can do. Okay, so this right here, previous level of supply. Let me clean this up for you, big dog. All right, because you're on the roll and you want to get the maximum profit, and I want to help you get there. All right, I want to help you get there. So y'all just bear with me. Vic is newer to the community, and I want to make sure that he's straight. Okay, so just give me a minute. So all right, Vic, you're really close. You're really close to a ceiling right now, big dog. So this is actually giving me indication that we're likely to see a potential like pullback or reversal here. Okay, so this level 69.53, I want you to watch out for buy side liquidity. Okay, what does that mean? That means that you might see, oops, hold up, you might see price kind of, come on now, what's going on? Come on. You might see price cut through 69.53, but you got to watch for a strong wick back through. And if you see that happen, then you're waiting for confirmation, which would be for it to retest this level of 69.53. And if that does that, then likely, man, you're coming right back down to this ascending line of potential support at this middle line here at 56.38. Now, of course, we're right here at this previous level of supply of 55.38. So you're pretty much coming back here if we fail to take 69.53. Okay. Now, if we confirm above 69.53, then my thing 84.68, that tells me hold up, that tells me that we are likely to come here. Oh, let's go blue, let's go blue, let's go blue. All right, so that would be your next level. Okay, so for us to make it to $80, right, you have to, your barriers are 69.53. You actually have another barrier where I marked this peak right here around $73. Your next barrier after that is $77.17. And then from there, I think the sky's the limit and you actually can hit $84.75 when it's all said and done if you can crack those levels, okay? So hopefully that helps, big dog. KGU, her name's Janae, says ASTS, all right? ASTS. So it looks like we roped this a little bit before. I don't know exactly when we put this in here, but we did put a level here, 47.47, and that tells me that I put that level there because if we were to find support here, then we're likely going to continue towards the upside. Now, you guys are trying to give me stock trades because, you know, these are on rockets. Hopefully you're in it, but just know this: if you're in these positions and you're printing, then just know, like, just be careful, okay? Just be careful. Because you're in profit, and that's great. Just don't lose it. Okay? Just don't lose it. Now, this one right here is in a similar position as the last stock we just talked about, okay? And I'll give you game. Just give me a minute. Everything for me is systematic. So let's go here. So essentially for me, looking at this stock, so you get a hammer at a key level that I found. Like, so I'm thinking 85.29 is going to be a key level of, you know, resistance. So right now you might be in the middle of buy side liquidity where we're pumped up and then we're coming back down. Now I'm going to do a slight pause on here, everybody, because I could now go ahead and then utilize this indicator, start anew, and which is called the QVP, right? And it can give me a little bit of insight of what happened as we approach this level, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna press, I'm gonna go to 4 hour. Yes. So look, this tells me a lot, right? What does this tell me? It tells me that we have a buy side liquidity grab. So what happened? We hit our level of 85.29. Then there was no buyers left up here, right? And then so buyers got exhausted. And then we just kind of died. Sellers didn't show up yet. Buyers just took a break, right? And little by little, the sellers kind of chipped away at it. And then once we got below this level, big time selling aggression occurred, okay? So this tells me that the sellers are showing up and you may not see us make it back over 85.29 right now. So ASTS, this is AST SpaceMobile Inc. Right now, we are seeing sellers take control as of right now, okay? And then we can probably pull this all the way back down to about $76, if not lower than that. But we're gonna keep it moving. Hopefully this helps you. If you wanna be in on what I'm talking about as it relates to the QVP, then please become a Megalodon because I give a masterclass on what I'm talking about right now. All right, Angela, we already did lift. You're gonna have to replay. Fox lit, we already did lift. You're gonna have to replay. All right. All right, so I'm gonna grab somebody from not the community. We have, but you know what I mean, not a member or KGU. We have Earthly Kisses. All right, NBIS. This is NUBIS Group NV. Okay, I've never played around with this stock yet. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this, but I already kind of know what's going on. All right, So we had a nice little pop, obviously, right? I'm gonna zoom out and make sure that it all makes sense from a zoomed out perspective. Okay, so we've never hit these highs before. So now we have a high. And now I can find our floor. And then I can find our ceiling, which is 1, 2. It's gonna be right here for me, okay? Then I can tag my floor, my ceiling, and then I can figure out my trading zone, okay? Every time I look at a chart, I'm trying to identify what zone am I trading in, right? I don't need to see the whole chart necessarily. So when I zoom out, I just get to, I'm looking to see what the trend is of the overall stock itself, but then I'm trying to narrow down where my focus needs to be as an options trader. Okay, so as of right now, the same thing just happened with this as the last two stocks we talked about. We have a fake out, right? So we're running up, right? But you're noticing as we're going up, we're kind of losing steam. We're seeing more wicks than body, and then we get a doji candle at the top of an uptrend, followed by a strong, solid red body, and another one to follow. So this is just telling you that this line is pretty strong at 128.73. They went ahead and did a buy side liquidity grab, and now we're coming on down to retrace and retest 108.47. Now we can, this is not a strong level hold on 1 second. This is not this is kind of a strong number. This is a previous level of resistance at 108.47, okay? So essentially what I'm telling you for NBIS NUBIS group, if we fall to 108.47, you're looking for a strong bounce, and if you do not, you're probably going to get a little bit of chop for a decision to be made. And once the decision is made, be ready, because if it falls below, then it's probably going to fall right to the ground, okay? Or it very well could come back to retrace, retest before it continues towards the downside, which the floor is $88.27. If this is a profitable company, if it's an investable company, then you're probably looking around here for a pickup. 108.47 is not a bad like initial entry, but there's a lot of chop here, a lot of indecision. So this is the point of control essentially for that level. Okay, we're gonna move on to what's next. Omar says, what's that? FTIB. Am I reading that? Hold on. FTIB. I need my glasses. Okay, FITB. Fifth Third Bank Corp. Okay, we're looking at banking stocks. You already know I'm a SoFi guy, so we're looking at bank. That's the only bank that matters. Real talk. All right, so okay, what are we looking at here? Okay, well, I like to find. So this right here, this is like your point of control essentially for the most part at this level at 45.41. Okay, I don't need it. I can bring up the volume profile real quick, but we're pretty close, right? So this is a high volume node. Point of control is a little lower than that. I'm gonna get rid of it, but let me do this the right way. So I mean, essentially we had a V-shaped recovery. We have a higher high and a higher low. We broke a downtrend. So I don't want to spend too much time on this one. I mean, I think I've gone into a lot of details with these stocks. So essentially you see that we had a higher high, higher low. We still have a higher low, right? It just might be a new path, but we're on our way up. We essentially need to find confirmation above 45.41 for us to see the next leg up. But and to be honest, like I don't know what you're looking to do here, but this is all dangerous. Like if you're trying to trade this, like this zone is just nasty, right? This is nasty. Like I don't want to touch it. Even if we crack this, like this is a 4 hour. So there's no real confirmation here. This is more of like an investable company, maybe. I don't know anything about them versus an options trade for me. But the time's up. I'm gonna go through about 2 to 3 more and then see what we got. Okay, you're trying to hold. Okay, so as of right now, you have not been confirmed below, but let's see here. Well, yeah. Man. This is tough, man. This does not look good for a holding for longs. I'll say that. I wouldn't be confident holding this. Right now, we're not making our way back up. Instead, we came to retest and we were immediately rejected with this shooting star or inverted hammer, and we haven't retested. Instead, we're still going down. So you got to pay attention. Yeah. Buyers are not in control. I don't see it. See if I can give you a more. Give me a minute, Joe. I'm trying to help our guy out. Oh man. Yeah, I don't like this stock. Like I don't want to trade it. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those that I don't want to trade. But so if there's ever a stock that you see me pause like this on, that means it's probably not a good one. Like, and it's rare for me to pause. Like I almost always have something like a bias, but I don't have a strong bias on this one. But I think I can still give you some game. Yeah. So this would be your trading zone, big dog. Okay. This for me is your trading zone. Okay. Below 45.41, as long as you're below it, you're bearish. Okay. If you break 42.78, it's probably a wrap. And I'm not right now looking for the next floor for you, but it's probably $40. If you crack 45.41, then you're looking for some bullish momentum and strong support. And then we can probably make our way back up to 47.86, to which likely is a level of supply. Yeah, it's a supply zone as well. So your sellers are living up here, but the buyers and the sellers are pretty much in agreement in price between the $46 range and the $42 range. All right, so let me see what else we got. And man, one at a time. JC, Keenan Sniper Alert, the LYFT, LOL, leap calls. Got it. All right, so that's why everybody's interested. All right, I don't know if what I said aligned with KG, but we'll see. Y'all let me know if that helped with your bias. So Microsoft, guys, like I have invested in Microsoft. I told y'all, I don't know if you follow my channel or know about the whole Game Pass situation in Xbox, but for me, I just bought some shares, right? I was waiting for a pullback. I would love for Microsoft to come back down to 503.78 for me to load up some more, but right now it's not doing that. We are having a hard time breaking this level of 531.12, but it looks like, you know, we might have some momentum back towards the upside. Okay, so nothing's guaranteed yet, but we are in an uptrend as of right now, and we are in a bullish zone for me right now for Microsoft. So what am I saying? If Microsoft can crack 531.12, then man, I'm probably looking for calls all the way up to 558.25, and that means that I'm probably looking for a couple weeks out, and I'm probably looking for a strike price that's at this max take profit or at least halfway through, just because of affordability. Now, of course, the closer you can get to end the money, the better. But first take profit target is going to be 539, right? And then the next one from there is going to be 550 and then 558. But Microsoft, it looks like it's ready to be a banger. So, but we will see. Let me see if I can zoom out, see if we can get a little bit of a better view. Whew, man, y'all got me talking a lot. Okay, something that I pride myself in is fighting patterns before they happen, right? And with Microsoft, man, so just know that we're seeing the resistance at a level of take profit target for me right now, first of all, and we have a shape that's forming right now. I know we don't have all the points of contact that we want to see, but that's fine, right? But I know we came into this. Actually, no, we're coming into this from a downtrend, like from a resistance point. Okay, so we're coming in like this, right? I'm gonna just draw it up because this is kind of what it means. And now we're looking for, man, okay, I'm gonna let y'all know and keep it real. I like Microsoft. This is a pennant, and technically pennants are supposed, I mean, it's not a textbook pennant, but technically they're supposed to be bullish. However, when I see something like this where we fall into a pennant, then more times than not, it's a continuation like from that recent trend before it takes off. So be careful with Microsoft, because it actually could flush down to about here, right, till 491.85 before it rockets back up to 558.25. Now, if it does not slow down, right, then watch out, because we're falling back down to a high volume node of about 478.90 level for me, and then from there 448.43. Hopefully that helps you. Okay, I'm way past my time. Hey Vic, hey, big shout out to you. And Isaiah, what's up, big dog? Isaiah, let's see here. Isaiah says SERV, SERV. I'm going a little longer, y'all, because I got to put my kids to bed, and you know it's the 4K subs, so let's get it. It's the 4K subs. All right, I had a donation goal that we're not gonna hit, but it is what it is. We have 3 out of 10, but I'm still going live. Look at this. I'm still here. So SERV, ticker symbol SERV, SERV Robotics. I love robotics companies. Like, not like I'm invested right now, but I'm interested in robotic, like what do you call it? Like prosthetics. Because there's a market there, and I follow a couple that are not publicly traded just yet, that I'm just waiting for, because I do think that that's a huge market, because it's just innovative. So robotics combined with AI, I think it's just another category or subcategory to AI that is a possible market banger, or whatever you want to say about it. So but anyway, so with this is a newer company, right? And essentially what we're seeing, this isn't like the most accurate shape for me, but let's do this instead. Let me do this instead. 1, 2, here. All right, I don't know anything about this. I don't know what your plan is, but I'm gonna give you what I can on this right now. And I got everything backwards. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody look at this. Hold up. Okay, hold up. Yeah, that tracks. Perfect. Okay, everything tracks. All right, so with my analysis, this is what I'm thinking right now for this stock. Okay, we are at a key level. Okay, I call this our crossroads. So when you see one of these, when you see a blue dash on my chart, kids crossing. That's what that means. Crossing. Oh my God, I can't type. Crossing. All right. So this tells me that this is a pretty important level on whether or not we're going to take off or not. Now, I can go and get all specific, like dial in and then figure out what's going on here, but I'm not going to do that right now. But essentially, you're seeing buy side liquidity here, but it's like fake outs, right? Because you did get that, it pulled back, but now you're seeing buying volume increase as prices increasing. And now we have like this indecision, like spinning top right here. So for the most part, it's not a spinning top, but you know what I mean. So essentially, if we find confirmation above 1405, then you're bullish. Below this, you're bearish. But just know that we are at the top of a descending line of resistance. So we also need to crack this with bullish momentum. So just look alive, pay attention, because this could be another false breakout before it comes back down to retest this ascending line of support. Okay. Hey, welcome to the Dolphins DM. Denise, Queen, you know you don't need to do that. Thank you so much. Denise, 155% on overnight NVIDIA hold. Let's go, Queen. Let's go. Shout out to Denise. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You've come so far, and just, I know how hard this game is, but when I see somebody not quit and just display resilience and perseverance, and then like they show up, they put their armor on, they show up, and then they knock it out of the park. Man, I absolutely love to see it. It brings me joy, Denise, to know that you killed it on that. So thank you so much for sharing that with everybody. All right. I appreciate you, Vic. I see you. Thanks, much love. We'll get out ASAP. Hey, this is not financial advice. So, Omar, so if you get out and this thing takes off or whatever, don't come crying to me. All right, I'm just doing what I can to help out. All right. So shout out to y'all. Okay, so we got. I'm gonna take 4 more tickers. Okay, what time is it? I'm gonna take. Hey, if y'all miss Thursday Night Football, if y'all want to catch that game, go catch it. Right, bring it up on your phone. Your boys, we on fire right now. Hopefully, we get some more subscribers, some more likes, and we get some more members. There's a member link at the top. We love to see you over there. If you want access to the live training and live trading sessions, then in the live alerts that I play for myself, you get my personal alerts before I get my alerts sometimes. And let's go. That you got to be a Megalodon though to get that stuff. All right, just know. All right, so I already did Microsoft. I'm not gonna do that again. You got to rewind the tape. Big dog. Who's that? Tasia. Davini. Yeah. Yeah. So I just covered Microsoft. Angela's asking about Uber. So just like Lyft, right? Same category is what I'm saying. But we are in this ascending triangle, right? Or is it ascending wedge? I think it's an ascending wedge. But I drew this up. We're at the top of this ascending line of resistance. We broke this demand zone and this buy side imbalance. And then this was a low volume node. That's why it's in green like this, okay? So there's a lot of confirmation toward the upside. And now we have earnings coming out here. When is this? November 4th, okay? So let's zoom in on Uber. Actually, let's zoom out on Uber. For a while, Uber was like a blacklisted stock for me. Like it was in this zone. Like this was a zone. Yeah, this was a zone that like you were in range from. Yeah, so we've cracked that. So let me help you out with this one. It's Uber Eats, Uber Streets, Uber Shop, Uber Drive. All right. So with Uber, whew, y'all are putting your boy to work today. I wonder how many tickers we covered. I'm trying to set a record. I think the most we've done so far is 23. And hopefully we got that crushed today. I would love to see it. Oh man, for real? Oh, this is a weekly. $94? Man, Uber is gone. All right, so we're gonna do this. 639. Give me a minute. All right, so here's Uber, okay? I'm pricing this out because this is a potential swing trade in the future. Now, tonight, just so y'all know, members, I'm probably not gonna flip over live. It's already too late. But I'll look at something on the background and then give y'all the heads up of what I'm thinking about. But essentially at $100.40 for Uber, you're seeing the buy side liquidity, right? So the sellers are looking for the buyers, right? So they pump, and then they're wicking back, right? So, but at the end of the day, based on my analysis right now, at first glance, we're still up in a technical uptrend. We're just seeing some resistance, but keep in mind, you're still seeing bigger green bodies than red bodies, okay? And also, for as long as we're above $94.38, we're bullish, okay? So, but this is a sign that we could be turning around. Now, keep in mind, this is a weekly, so let's zoom in. Let's see what the daily shows. Not really some inverted hammers, right? But we still have buy side imbalance. So again, I'm getting a lot of like signals that, you know, the sellers are here, but they are not yet in control. So essentially, if we can crack above $100.40 for Uber, then our next leg up will be 106.39. Just be careful of these liquidity sweeps, okay? So I'm gonna zoom in one more level here and see what we got, because now it's starting to make a little bit more sense as we get a little bit more granular, right? Yeah, they're playing games, but again, notice higher low, higher low, higher low. So we still have this, but with this we have a what do you call it, a head and shoulders pattern that formed, but then it wasn't respected. So look here, shoulder, head, shoulder, wasn't respected. Instead we broke that. So this trend is done, but it still was rejected here at 104. Then one can argue that we had a double bottom, right? But again, this was broken because the neckline was resistant. So we have multiple things here that's pretty much showing us that that the sell side isn't, pretty much we are in like a conflicting area right now. We are 100% getting resistance, but the sellers aren't 100% in control. So we're pretty much in a stall, and we could probably bring up the volume profile. It's probably going to tell us a lot right here. Yeah, it makes total sense. Yep. So anyway, let's get rid of that. And then I want to bring up the session real quick. I don't really use these a lot, but sometimes you need to get granular. Okay. All right, so when you look at the session volume profiles, you have this cluster of volume area highs and lows. Now you can just see what's consistent. Pretty much this is the volume area. I'm gonna go ahead and go with orange. Low for the majority of them, right? And then the high, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, yeah, pretty much the average is gonna be the $100 level, okay? When you look at 112, yeah, so the average is going to be between $99 and $100. So, but there's no respect, right? There's no respect in between. Like there's like major drop-offs, okay? There's major drop-offs. They either win or you lose, okay? If they can't hold, then they're falling real flat, okay? Real flat. So pretty much what this is telling you is that if we climb up and you start to see some like bearishness, then there's nothing that's stopping the sellers from crashing down the stock. Okay, that's what all this is. Buyers are losing steam, sellers, nobody's in their way. So I'm gonna move on. I don't like trading Uber that often because for that reason, for what you just see. Okay, y'all putting me to work. Hey Arlene, thank you so much for being a channel supporter. Now I want to say the channel supporter is exactly what that sounds like. You don't really have access to anything. That's pretty much you saying, hey, you support the community, you support what I'm doing here, and I appreciate that of you. Now sometimes I do include channel supporters on member only live streams, but if you want access, full access to the Discord, the minimum that's required is the minnows. If you are like a newer trader and you're trying to learn, then the best tier to go with is the Megalodons out the gate. And I have that tier designed so that for the most part, at least I like to think that it pays for itself, right? I can't guarantee you anything, but I can guarantee that you have most of the value pumped into the Megalodon tier. So depends on what you're trying to achieve, Queen, then you wanna kind of adjust your tier based on whatever your needs, wants, and desires are, okay? So that goes for anybody. I would love to see more members. Can we get 5 members today? Can I get 5 members? All right. Can I get 5 members? All right, let's see. Man, y'all are still going. Y'all are still going. Typically, these start to die out right around now. All right, we are over time. All right, we are over time. Congratulations, Denise. Yes, thank you for calling out Denise on that win. Let's go. Okay, I'll keep going as long as y'all got tickers. Come on now. All right, so we're 7 away from the super chats, and I want to say we're 3 away from members joining the community. So we love to have you, but if we can get a couple members, that'll be dope. Right? We also can gift memberships too. There's a button that allows you to gift memberships. Okay. And you know what? One second. One second. Okay. Because of how many people we have here, I'm going to gift 5 memberships. I'm gifting 5 memberships. So shout out to Trudy, shout out to David, shout out to Arlene, shout out to DB, shout out to Queen, Old Petra, shout out to Lisa, Big Queen Lisa. I see you, Queen. Lisa, you in here, you sliding in, and you not saying nothing, Queen? Did you just give me stuff about that? Come on now. You better announce yourself, Queen, when you in the building. Big ups to Queen Lisa. If y'all don't know Lisa J. Stocks, she talks a lot about long-term investing. She has kids that she talks to about their long-term investment and financial literacy. Go check her out on her channel. All right. Let's see. Denise says, learning so much in the Megalodon tier. My profits today paid for my October membership. Shout out to you, Denise. Thank you so much for sharing that. Jimmy Branham, PayPal swinging shares. Looks like it's hitting a 200-day EMA 4-hour. Okay, we can talk about PayPal. Trudy, awesome. I hope to still see y'all once the membership expires, though. All right, gift you. I don't control it, big dog. How about you join? I'll tell y'all what. If we can get the super chats, up to 7, right? If we get the super chats up to 7, I'll give 5 more memberships. All right. All love, Queen. All right. So, PayPal. All right, let's do it. PYPL. The only reason I'm able to do this, y'all, is because I know my wife is in deep with her paint by numbers, and she's had a long day. So I think she's enjoying her solitude right now. Because if it wasn't for that, then I would have to call it a wrap. But I have nothing better to do right now. Well, there's always something better to do, but I'm gonna put some of those things on pause. So somebody said PayPal, and they were talking about the 200-day EMA. Now, mind you, I want y'all to know, we knocked it out of the park on PayPal. We had a 450% run. We had a 350% run. We just had a 150% run, and then 87% run. And back to back to back to back to back. From the past 12 days, that's how we've hit on PayPal. We have not missed. And right now, technically, we should have been in a play. Why? Because we came back and we tested my level of 73.21, and we wicked right back up. I missed this entry. I didn't have the alert set. It is what it is. And so it is what it is. So from here, I have PayPal going to $79.04. Right? We do have a volume area high, and we are in a neutral position from the previous day. So we do have a little bit of a fight ahead of us here. Okay, if you are looking for PayPal, but I don't see much. I don't see the sellers really taking control. Like, so as we're coming up, we see big green volume candles, but then we see them sell. They die off, right? We see this spinning top at the top, but we don't see the sellers pretty much take control, right? We just see an indecision, right? So then we get this scenario right here which would typically be like a morning star, which is a great, almost like an 80% chance of a potential reversal that we didn't get here, right? So right now we're kind of just sitting in a pretty pocket. Okay, that's what I'd say right now. We're sitting in a little pocket, but we're looking pretty bullish. Okay, so what to say about PayPal? Let's see here. I don't like it where it is right now as far as hopping in. Essentially what I would be doing if I were to hop into a PayPal play, it would be confirmation above $26.09. Okay, but I would suspect some type of chop right here. I don't expect like a clean break. I don't know if that's gonna happen, no idea, but we gotta find out. I'll put an alert here just to keep my eyes on, and then I don't know why I can't put an alert. I probably got too many alerts. I gotta figure something out. But anyway, let's see what we got. Welcome to the minnows, big dog. Hey, I love to see it. All right, I love to see it. If you want access to the Discord, then please do go ahead and click the members tab, and then you'll find the link to the Discord there. Okay. If you guys let your membership lapse, you will get purged out of the Discord, just so you know. Okay. And then there's a verification process. So you do have to make sure that your YouTube account is linked with Discord. So you go into Discord, you go to your settings, you click connections, and then you hit add. And then from there, you just add your YouTube account that you just signed up for with the minnows, and you'll be green. You'll be verified. But as of right now, that's what I see with PayPal. We are still bullish on this, man. We took it from here to here. We took it from here all the way to here, right? We could have got so much more, but I wasn't greedy. We just got 450, 350, 150, 87% runners. All right. Hey, everybody, let's welcome Ryan. Let's LT, you been in it. Lisa says Ryan YouTube picks. Yes, that is right. Lisa says make sure you have gifted memberships turned on in your settings. Yes. All right. I think I covered everything. All right, so let's do a recap. Okay, let's do a recap. What did we do today? Here's the tickers we hit. PayPal, USAR. Okay, PayPal, ticker symbol PYPL, USAR, USA Rare Earth. Okay, Uber Technologies, ticker symbol UBER, SERV Robotics, ticker symbol SERV, Microsoft, ticker symbol MSFT, Fifth Third Bank Corp, ticker symbol FITB, NUBIS Group, ticker symbol NBIS, AST, SpaceMobile, ticker symbol ASTS, Rocket Lab Corporations, AKLB, the trading desk, or the trade desk, TTD, LYFT, LYFT, Quantum Computing, QUBT, Webull, BULL, Delta Airlines, DAL, NVIDIA, NVDA. That's all we did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. Hold on. How many did we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15. I feel like we did a lot more than 15. Am I tweaking? I think I'm tweaking. I feel like I did a lot more than, I don't know. That was a lot. All right, anyway. So, all right, I'll do one more, MVTS. MVTS and grab, and then we're gonna have closing remarks, all right? Did I do MVTS already? Let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. X out of that. Oh, I know why I couldn't put an alert down, because I was in replay mode. Okay, let me get rid of this indicator. And your boy, I feel like I did like 50 of them. All right, so MVTS is NUBIS Semiconductor, okay? And this is brought to you by David, fellow member, okay? So we call this right here, we had the ascending triangle, and then we broke through, we hit demand, and then we bounced. Well, we didn't quite hit demand, but we bounced at this key level that we had of $5.72. And now we're in this, I want to say this is a buy, yeah, this is a buy side imbalance. So we had a imbalance fill. Okay, and then we're trading sideways. So now we are also in a symmetrical triangle, no, a descending triangle, and we're looking for a direction. So from what I see here, it looks like we're not done running. Okay, so when you see a symmetrical triangle like this, right, it's going from here to here, or not a descending triangle. I'm sorry. When you see a descending triangle. Then essentially it's a neutral position, but there's about a 52 to 58% chance that it will continue in the direction to which that was formed. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all one thing real quick, and I want y'all to take a screenshot of this right here. Okay, this is my cheat sheet that I've created. There's a electronic version or digital version on my website that you can print it. Otherwise, you can screenshot it and then you can put it on your phone as a screensaver or whatever. That's what I do. So, but that doesn't have anything to do with this right here. I don't have that sheet. What am I? Okay. So I have another sheet that shows the chart, this chart pattern here. I just don't have that out. But anyway, here's a good tool for you. I'm losing it. All right, I'm losing it. I need to eat more food. I barely ate today. So that's about to happen as soon as I leave. Okay, but essentially you're looking for a breakout for a continuation to the upside. And if we do, we're gonna head up to likely crack this this buy side imbalance of $8.39. So if we can crack this, then we're headed to this supply. Now, when you see a red box on my chart with a blue outline, then that means that it was a supply zone that turned into hold on, is this right? No, it's just a supply zone. Well, typically if you see a blue line outline, why is this blue? Typically when you see a blue outline, that means that it's supply that turned into demand, but there's no reason for this to be blue. So I'm going to correct this right now. Where is, I gotta correct this real quick. Supply zone. Okay. All right. So we're likely to come up here and retest 887. Okay. Unless we are already here. Nope, we're not there yet. So before we see resistance. Okay. So this is where all the sellers are for MVTS. The last one that I'm going to do is grab ticker symbol GRAB, grab holdings limited. We've already worked this before, right? And we pretty much called supply and said that we were waiting for us to crack above supply zone before we can see more a more bullish move towards the upside. So we actually drew this out. Again, here we go with the pennant, right? Pennant is bullish. If we're breaking into a pennant bullish, then likely we have a continuation to the upside, which is exactly what just happened. And this happened on the second, hold on, the actual breakout, 8th of September, right? So now fast forward, oh, this is the week. Let's go into the day, see what we're looking like. So this is looking bullish for now, okay? Why? Because we broke above the supply zone and we're holding strong. So now we have a demand established here for the most part, okay? We have a demand zone established right above the supply zone. So essentially what we love to see is for this to be respected and for us to continue towards the upside. So yeah, I could see us to continue with grab here, but it's probably going to trade in a descending triangle pattern for the time being. Hold on, what is this? No, it's an ascending. So this is kind of your pattern right now until we get a breakout. But again, this actually represents a predetermined move. And when you see something like this, then likely it's a move towards the upside. Okay, no guarantees. We're getting a lot of wicking, but pay attention because you got more green bodies than you do red bodies. So it's telling you that sellers came in, but they never took control. So I'm gonna go ahead and place an alert here, and I'm gonna place an alert here at the demand zone. And then if you were to hop into a trade, actually, I'm gonna put an alert here at the bottom of the demand zone as well. And if we fall back into the supply, then it might be a wrap, okay? It's a wrap. At least for the momentarily if we fail to break back through, okay? So that is what we got. All right, your boy wasn't even taking water breaks in between this. All right, that is the rapid fire chart analysis. Your boy worked overtime. We went from 8:30 to 10 o'clock. I think this is one of my longest live streams in a long time. Yeah, minus a couple of my live training sessions that I've done. Live training was about this length of time as well. But we didn't hit our goal. That's fine. We gave out 5 new memberships. Shout out to the new members. Make sure if you are a GOAT or a veteran that we welcome everybody with open arms and that we direct them in the right way. Hey baby, my wife just tuned in, probably took a break from her painting. QB beating Philly. What? Hey, I'm not surprised that what's the dude's name? Because he's on my bench right now. Hold up. JC said the Giants are losing. Yeah, Dart. Yeah, I picked the boy up. He's on my bench, but I got Stafford starting. Not surprised. Dart's a GOAT. I think he's like a next great talent. He's a big dude. He can use his legs and he can throw. Let's go. He's what Justin Herbert should be. Justin Herbert's doing decent though. But anyway, awesome training. Thank you, Arlene. Janine, thank you for being here, Queen. Chuck, hey, welcome. You're gonna have to replay it all because we're about wrapped up. Chuck, for options, I am an options trader. I stream daily. Okay, shout out to you, big dog. Hey, Chuck says he streams daily. Check out Chuck. Hey. Chuck, though, just so you know, as a courtesy, probably just say, don't go people hunting here, all right? Show some love, participate, communicate. You just came in and said, hey, I stream too. We don't know who you are, big dog, but everybody go check out Chuck. All right, Vic says, Rell, this was money. Thank you. I need to finish watching the QVP as my 9 to 5 kept me from it. It's all good. QVP, that training, that master class is going to be expiring probably on Sunday. Okay, I'll leave it up until Sunday, and then I'm going to probably just archive it for a little bit. No, I know, dude. It's okay. Now, I don't know who you are, Chuck, but I'll come check out your channel too. All right. I appreciate anybody that's on YouTube trying to do this. It's not easy. So, but hopefully we see more of you here and you can communicate and you can share some game because it's all about community and learning and growing together. All right. Let's see here. Silly moment. Nah, I know. I give people crap though sometimes. Sometimes it's like it's one of my things. So don't take it as if I feel disrespected because I don't. I'm just joking around, man. All jokes and all love. That's why I said everybody go check out your channel. Fox Lit QVP video last night was fire. I just don't have it on my platform. Still learned from you. Hey, shout out to you, Fox Lit. That's what I'm here for and why I joined. Hey, I appreciate you subscribing and much love, big dog. Again, shout out to you for doing it because this space isn't easy. I love to share and talk. Yeah, You deserve it. Nah, I'm just having fun, man. I'm just busting your balls, man. That's all I get. All right, that is all we got. All right, this is Stocks for Rell, Sacrifice for Riches. Thank y'all so much for being here and participating. Thank y'all for helping me to get 4,000 subscribers. Let's see if we can get it to 5K. Chuck, you might have a community that might can benefit from my stuff, and I have some people that could probably benefit from your stuff. So if you seen some stuff you like that you don't cover, send some your community people my way, and I'll send people your way. I'll check you out probably between today and tomorrow and see what you're all about, big dog. Thank you for being here. All right. So that is all I got. All right. Y'all have a great night. Peace and love, and have a good end to your week. If you're up in profits and you don't see a trade tomorrow, just don't trade. All right. Keep your bag, and let's fight again next week. All right. JC says, look at this. Somebody come look at this. Yeah. Somebody come look at this. Hey, you pick up. I love when I can just do little liners like that and people pick up on it. That just knows like everybody's in the same age group. All right. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Next live stream for this is next Thursday. Hey, channel supporter, big dog, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much. Peace and love. All right. Everybody,